Okay, Sam Mckenney here, coming from the Northwestern University's Indoor Golf Training Center. And today what I want to talk to you about is ball position and alignment relative to the shot that you're hitting. And specifically hitting a shot where it's required that you open the club face up a little bit. This is where I think people get confused. Most people understand that if you're just going to hit a standard kind of pitch shot or chip shot, de-loft the club a little bit, ball can be in the center of your stance, maybe slightly back depending on loft, and your feet will be square, maybe slightly open, and I think they understand where the ball is positioned. What I think when people get confused is when they have to open the club face and then position the ball and their feet in the right spot. So what I mean by that is, if you can see this yellow stick right here, the ball's positioned right in the middle, my feet would be square and everything, my feet would be square, the ball would be in the middle. So the ball is perpendicular to my stance in the middle of my stance. And if my club face was here, that'd be a square club face, and I put that down. This would be a standard shot right here. Now, if I wanted to take my club face and open it a little bit, hit a shorter shot, something around the green, what I have to do now is I have to open my stance. And this is where I think people get confused. Opening the stance is not simply, if I go from this angle, opening the stance is not simply just dropping the left foot back if you're a right-handed player, dropping the left foot back and being in what would be classified as an open stance because my left foot is behind my right foot. Opening the stance is literally taking your squared position, and this is aiming at the target, and angling this stick or this club, angling it to the left for a right-handed golfer. Now that's what I've done. I have opened my stance or opened my body relative to the target. So if we look at this face on view, what needs to happen is I have to take this position. I'm going to open my club face ever so slightly, and that's going to be dependent upon the shot that we're hitting. But then I'm going to need to open my whole body. And what that's going to require now is this, in order for me to keep the ball in the middle to slightly left of middle and perpendicular, that means I have to take this device and I have to angle it to the left. So it's here on the ground, I'm perpendicular, square with my feet. I'm going to aim my whole body slightly to the left, which means now I have to angle the device, the T device, slightly to the left. From this position, what I'm able to do is now keep the ball in the middle of my stance to slightly forward, and the ball is still perpendicular to my stance. So most people get the perpendicular to their stance part, but they don't adjust their feet appropriately in order to get the ball positioned the right way. Most of the time what's going to happen is they'll be square here, they'll feel like they're opening their stance by dropping their right foot back, but keeping it in the same place. When they open the club face, the ball will actually be back in their stance too much because of how they didn't shift their body around. And that's the key component. You actually have to feel like you're turning and walking around the ball in order to keep it in the middle of your stance and perpendicular to your line. So again, if you can visualize it this way right here, here's where the ball would be down here. What we need to do is take this device, this T-square device, and you have to angle it to the left. Keep the ball in your stance. So again, if it's on the ground and I'm going in this direction, what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to take it and I'm going to angle it to the left. So this device right here is going to be angled left. Goes on the ground. Now my ball can be in line with the middle stick. My feet can be in line with the stick that's aiming my aiming target. And then I can open the club face. Now I'm ready to make a golf swing down this line with a club face slightly open, which will allow me to hit the shot the way I want to. So very, very critical that when we're setting up for ball position that we try to take our center and we have to move everything with it, versus keeping this here, this club here, and then just moving my body. See what it does to, now it pushes it back this way. So I literally have to move everything. Now that allows the ball position to be in the right place and remain perpendicular to my helps you out. If you practice that, I know it'll help with your pitching and chipping.